So today we are starting a new chapter that is circulation, and it is from the series of zoology parts. It is chapter 2 of zoology section, and I hope that you guys will take my videos as your lectures. So what is circulation? Basically, circulation means the flow of fluid in the living organisms. Now, what kind of fluid? These fluid can be blood, hemolymph, hemolymph, and lymph. It can be blood, it can be hemolymph, and it can be lymph. Uh, if we talk about the transportation, because in our body transportation takes place, circulation and transportation is a similar things. And in our body transportation takes place. There are two types of transportations of substances. The first one is of essential substance, that is for respiratory, that includes respiratory gases, O2 oxygen, and nutrients. Okay, these are the essential substances that are required for the transportation. And the second one is unwanted substances, or we can say that the waste substances are carbon dioxide, undigested particles, urea, bilibidin, bilibidin. Those are producing from our liver, and these are the waste substances. And there are two types of transportation of the substances. The first one is of essential substances that include respiratory gases and nutrients, and the second one is of waste substances, that is of carbon dioxide, undigested particles, urea, bilirubin, and biliverdin. These all are the undigested, no, unwanted particles. Okay. So here the question arises that why only transportation take place in our body when diffusion can be done. When diffusion can be done, because uh, the question is that why transportation cannot be taken place by means of diffusion. Okay, when diffusion can take place in a body, so it why it cannot be done in higher living organism in humans. So so the answer would be that because our body volume is high and our cells are not in the direct contact with environment. Humans are having low surface area, and diffusion is a slow process. Okay, our body volume is high, and we have low surface area, and despite the diffusion is a slow process, and we need efficiency to run out something, to metabolize something, and that's why the transportation takes place in our body instead of diffusion. Okay, it's a slow process, and we need efficiency. Okay, see, so in our human beings, the surface area is less because most of our cells are not in the direct contact with environment. Most of the cells are not having direct contact with environment. But if we take the example of amoeba is having high surface area. Why? Because the cells of the amoeba is having the direct contact with environment. Cells having direct contact with the environment. Okay, so in this way, the equal distribution of respiratory gases and nutrients take place. In human beings, surface area is less because cells are not in the direct contact, but in amoeba or in other organisms, uh, in which there is high surface area. So that is because of the com- uh, communication of the relationship between the environment and the cells of the organisms. Okay, so let's discuss about the types of circulation. So we have two types: the intracellular circulation and the extracellular circulation. Okay, so you guys can guess the idea about you guys can take an example by decoding these two terms, the intracellular and extracellular. As from the since childhood, we are just learning that the intra means inside and the extra means outside. So yes, intra means inside. I'm just decoding this one word, and cellular means cell. So it means it means it actually means that the circulation that takes place within the cell. Circulation takes place within the cell or inside of the cell. Okay, Ji? So in intracellular, there is a cytoplasmic movement takes place that is known as cyclosis, and it also takes place in our cells. Okay, and the cells of human beings. And if we talk about the fluid, so there is cytoplasmic that takes place. No blood vessels are included over here, and there's no pumping organ. As in humans, there is a human heart as a pumping organ, but in intracellular circulation, there's no pumping organ, and it takes place in unicellular eukaryotic organisms. We can take the example of amoeba, and the next one is of paramecium. Paramecium, because its cells are having having relation with environment. Okay, so let's discuss about the extracellular circulation. Extra means outside, and cellular means cell. So so it means that the place circulation that takes place outside of the cell, outside of cell, or between the cells. Okay, ji? Or between the cells is known as extracellular circulation. It happens in humans. It takes place in higher living organisms. The fluid can be blood, and there is a pumping organ which is heart, and blood vessels can be included. So in my I'm done with this one. So in this one video, we have discussed about the circulation and the type of circulation and the transportation, and about the surface area. higher and low surface area. So I hope that you guys are getting these things, and in my next video I will be discussing about the types of fluid, uh, what kind of fluids we are having, and I hope that you guys will get back to my channel for the videos. Thank you.